Well, for those that don't realize this, Archibald, the show is coming this Friday, but this character was born, I want to say at least 5 years ago, maybe more.
Yeah, it was
when you guys wrote the book, right?
Yeah, we were my friends Tony Biagni and Victor Huckabee, who created the character Archibald, and then this lead illustrator at this publishing company, Misty Manley. We did this book, and I had met Victor Huckabee years ago at an LA art show, and I saw his work, and I was like, oh man, I was a big fan of Beaker on the Muppet Show. Just because it was all nonverbal and he just made me laugh. And he reminded me the shape kind of Beaker, and my favorite color is yellow. And so I met him and I was like, oh dude, I would love to do something with this character. And I had been kind of going through this season I was doing Arrested Development, and I had hit this thing where I think I've talked about this before. I know I've talked about this before, but my big thing in life was getting a sitcom, was like being on a show. And I lived here in New York for many, many years, and I was not able to get auditions, and I was really frustrated. So I got Arrested Development, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. And then it scared me because it didn't satisfy me the way I thought it was going to satisfy me. And it really freaked me out. And I think it's because I was on a big thing. I was on like a great cast, great show. The writing was fantastic. And I was still looking to my next thing. And I was still looking to what's next. And it's that whole thing, if you're so focused on your next adventure, you're going to miss the adventure that you're on. And it really freaked me out. And I was like, wow, I have just never been present for most of my life, you know? And so it really kind of this thing that I like to talk about, because I got my dream and I was still looking. And it's like, wow, I'm going to get to the end of my life and be like, all I did my whole life was just look to that next thing. And as freelancers, you can relate to this. A question you get a lot is, what's next for you? You know, what's next for you? So you're almost kind of trained to always think about what's next. And so we talked about this kind of story in Archibald in the children's book. He goes on all these great adventures, but he's still looking to his next thing. And B, who's right there, who's traveling along with him, B's like, hey, Jack, you gotta just be, man. You gotta just be. And in the end, he realizes, oh, my big thing is right here. Like, my big thing is talking to you right now. My big thing is being in front of you guys. Like, that's my big thing right now. And so it kind of, that woke me up. And now for the series, which has been such a gift. DreamWorks and Netflix have just been so wonderful. And my friends Jake Moffat and Drew Champion and Eric Fogel came along and helped with the show. And now Archibald sees everything as his big thing. Yeah. Everything is a big thing. And he just also walks into a situation and he sees the best in everyone, the best in every situation. And I'm telling you, in today's world, it's like, I feel like we're just seeing the worst in each other. You know, that's what it is.